Hello everyone, my name is Oscar. Before we get into this video, I just want to mention that I'm really close to releasing Fitting In, which is a cute 2D puzzle game that I've been working on for the last 2 years on and off. But yeah, it would mean a lot if you checked it out. Okay, now the new game. Imagine Enter the Gungeon, Gang Beasts, and Hell Divers all rolled into one. That's the inspiration for my new game, Throw Heroes. It's gonna be a wacky 2D co-op game with a bunch of crazy weapons and level objectives. The core idea of this game is that there's limited ammo and no reloading. In order to refill a weapon, you have to throw it to your teammate, and then once they grab it, it will be full of ammo again. This will lead to a frantic, cooperative effort of people chucking guns to each other while trying to fend off hordes of enemies. And of course, everything is physics-based, so the guns you throw can ricochet off walls and also slam into enemies. One thing that's really unique is the way that the player interacts with the world of Throw Heroes. As I said earlier, every player has a physics-based hand that they use to grab, throw, push, and move objects. You can pick things up by simply running into them with your hand. Once this happens, whatever you just hit gets stuck to your hand like glue and will stay in the same position relative to your hand as you go about your business. This was quite tricky to code because I had to adjust both the position and angle of the thing you picked up so that it stays in the same relative position to your hand. I had a lot of, I was taking it back to my middle school geometry class trying to figure out angles. Interactables can be way more than just weapons. Maybe you have to carry level objectives from one side of the map to the other. Or maybe you have the special ability to be able to pick up enemies and toss them around. So where am I at now? As you can see, I have a lot of the basic mechanics like throwing and grabbing in the game. They're not super polished yet, but we're getting there. Recently, I've been working on art for both the players and the enemies. The current characters I have are the Professor, the Knight, the Butler, and the Strongman. I've also started work on some of the enemies who are going to be sentient plants that are trying to, there will be a whole larger storyline. I've also been testing out different art tiles and level objective kind of art pieces. So that includes this payload and the extraction station and energy platforms, some of which have art, some don't. One of the things I'm most proud of from this whole project is I made a enemy pathfinding system where pretty much in the game world there are a bunch of tiny little dots that the enemies use to find paths around walls and other obstacles so that they track the player perfectly. And the game noticeably lags when I have all the dots visualized just because it's so much memory being taken up by displaying all these different dots. But if you're interested in more specifics of how I did it, I might make another video about it in the future. Right now, the enemies who are red squares can't attack, so they just slam into you. But hopefully some ranged and melee mechanics will come soon. The most recent thing that I've done is create a pretty rudimentary ready-up system where you can join with multiple different devices and then start the game, and everyone will get assigned a playable character, which is kind of an important feature for the co-op genre. And now it's time for the Throw Hero weapon of the video. Drumroll, please. The Frog Sniper. And with that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to support the channel if you enjoyed the video. Bye everyone.